Today is the 10th anniversary of a consequential 24-hour stretch in the Obama presidency. The Supreme Court upheld Obamacare and a right to marriage equality. And then later that same day, the president eulogized the victims of the horrific Charleston shooting at that church, singing Amazing Grace from the pulpit. This is back in the news with the anniversary and the president now reflecting on it.
When I go back to that day 10 years ago, what I think binds it together.
He's given us the chance where we've been lost to find our best selves.
All these different strands.
We may not have earned it, this grace.
Case upholding health care, a case declaring same-sex marriage part of our constitutional protections.
He's once more given us grace.
A day of mourning and sadness, but also celebration of who we could be.
With a decade of hindsight, Obama discussing how that progress is made possible.
Individual acts of courage by individual citizens, starting with, gay and lesbian couples coming out of the closet, being willing to suffer being ostracized and discriminated against and harassed and bullied, and in some cases physically assaulted. What seems like this thunderbolt coming from the Supreme Court is actually this accumulation, this culmination of all these individual citizens doing what they think is right.
The president reflecting on how what starts over here with regular people eventually gets to the Supreme Court, and then you follow what they do. Establishing the right to marriage equality was a huge development. The president, looking at that from the perch of the White House, many other lawyers, reporters were scrambling as the decision came down. Here's how we reported it. What we're seeing there, Thomas, is the idea from the court that the evolution of the country that we've debated so much in our politics and culture, that is relevant ultimately to its interpretation of the 14th Amendment, protecting these rights based on sexuality, not just on race as initially envisioned. So this is a decision that in its ruling takes a step, maybe not as far as some would want it, but in its logic and its reasoning that we're reading from Justice Kennedy speaks about equality in a fundamental sense. There we were 10 years ago following that big decision, reporting on it from the top of the dome. Some of those same rights, though, are now under assault in cases headed back to that same court.